Hey students, Mr. Gunn here with our introduction to Chapter 23. I did not realize it until very recently that Chapter 23 is one heck of a chapter. It's called Political and Industrial Revolutions, and that is a pretty extensive subject to cover because there were a lot of political revolutions, and the Industrial Revolution happened in multiple countries, so this is a pretty content-rich chapter. When we start off, Chapter 23, Lesson 1, is the entire American Revolution. The whole thing. Next year, what's covered in this is like 3 or 4 chapters. It's pretty crazy what they shove into there. So it's a summarized version, but even so, the lessons are all pretty long. So, this chapter's 20, or it's 5 lessons, but I might have to break some of them down because they're just so long. So we could be in 23 for a hot minute. Lesson 1 said is the American Revolution, the whole thing, the lead up, the revolution itself, and a little bit after it, like George Washington becomes president and the Constitution. Lesson 2 is the French Revolution and Napoleon, which is a pretty big subject in history, but one that I think is undertaught in schools. So I'm excited that we get to learn about that in Lesson 2. Lesson 3, Nationalism and Nation States. Basically, Europe is a mess, is basically what that chapter is. But the countries that we know them start to form, like Germany, a unified Germany. 4, the Industrial Revolution begins in Britain, basically. We've got machines and factories now. It's a pretty big deal. Things start to shape into something that we can recognize from modern times. Lesson 5 is society and industry. We talk about things like capitalism and communism. There's a lot going on in this chapter. So go ahead and move on to the vocab. That'll give you kind of a preview of all the things we're going to learn about in this chapter. We have a teen biz thrown in here somewhere in this chapter in the next couple days. We'll see if I piggyback that onto another lesson or not. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. But I'm super excited to teach Lesson 1, the American Revolution. It's my jam right there. I read all about it. And I have my hat. So, go ahead and move on to the vocab. It's your standard type assignment. I have all the vocab recorded on the next page. And then tomorrow, probably, American Revolution. Have a good one.